I love making stuff. Like what motivates me is creation. I just want to make things that need to be made. There's just this I don't know, this pull to bring things into existence that I cannot. I'm compelled to do. I don't know where it comes from. I just have to do it.
What was that relationship with technology, with business? Because you've always sat at the intersection of both technology and business. But I'm curious, like, 8-year-old Assaf, 12-year-old Assaf, like, what did you actually perceive it as with the kind of child like
Yeah,
experience?
that's an excellent question. Really, that's um, that goes down to what motivates me, right? And it's where does he get all these wonderful toys? Like I love making stuff. Like what motivates me is creation. Is
Mm-hmm.
like having some idea and creating it and making it and putting it into the world, even if nobody ever buys it, even if I don't make money on it. I'm not economically motivated in that way. It's just when I make something, it needs to be how it needs to be. It needs to be right, you know. And I, that's gotten me into trouble throughout my career. Employment is not for me. I never really wrapped my head around that concept until recently. Um, but I just want to make things that need to be made. There's just this I don't know, this pull to bring things into existence that I cannot. I'm compelled to do. I don't know where it comes from. I just have to do. I get up 45 minutes to an hour before my kids go to school in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I make sandwiches that you would not believe because
You're gonna have to send me a photo of them.
my kids' teachers steal their sandwiches from their lunch bags.
All right, well, tell me a recipe, or like what did you make this week?
I mean, there's like a lot of different things. Like one of my favorites, the sandwich of fire and ice is what I call it. it's it's take calabrian pepper paste and honey and kind of mix that together. Put that in the bottom of the sandwich with this sweet heat at the bottom. Put some turkey and ham on there, and then you get cold. You go the calabrian pepper and honey. Turkey, of course, you got to roll. I mean, you got to roll it a little bit. So we start with the ham, then you go with the turkey, then you go with then you slice cucumbers, and at the top put goat cheese.
Wow,
So like
wow,
you
that
got
sounds
hot on the
incredible.
bottom and cold at the top, right?
Do your kids fully appreciate how amazing of a dad you are in this regard?
In the sandwich regard, I think it took them a while to figure it out, but after their parents after the teachers and their friends started stealing the sandwiches from the bags, and they start after the friends started coming to our house specifically to have their dad make them a sandwich.
You should put that on your LinkedIn instead of entrepreneur, just chief sandwich creator.
See, that's my retirement plan. Honestly, I want to go to like some resort town beach and just make sandwiches.
That's awesome. So you are a creator, and there is that pull to always be creating, whether it's a sandwich or a business or something in between.
Yeah, and that passion to create leads to what is perceived as hard work, or effectively the same thing as hard work, except it's not hard. And
Hmm.
at the end of hard work, there's always a payoff.
Yeah, and it's kind of the I guess two things that I've resonated with, and maybe this is just an entrepreneurial thing, but the work of childhood is play, and I would almost argue that adulthood is finding play in adult life because again, follow your passion, you never work a day in your life. But really, what that means is if you truly enjoy and you're playing and you're just exploring and you're whatever that is to you, if you can find that in your adult life, then you find your flow state, which is kind of the second concept that I was going to tap in by that wonderful author whose name I will never be able to pronounce. But we all know it. It's good, yeah, but. And that's kind of what it sounds like to you. Like it doesn't matter how long you work because you're just playing. You are
Exactly.
literally having joy through the work that you do.
Well, what are we doing instead? Watching TV? I mean, it's like a ton of fun. It reminds me of a story. I did a startup. I did a bunch of startups, over the years, but one with my old Travelocity friends, and it was a travel data startup, and we're doing like a closed launch, and it was going to be like a flight search engine based on experience. It doesn't really matter for the story, but the CEO wanted me to just build like a page where you have to you give the press a login, and the press would log in, and it's a closed private preview. And it took me like 3 days or so to get this. He's like, why is this taking you so long? What's going on here? It's because I was putting in an Easter egg where, so the background is like skies and clouds, sort of, with parallax effect in the background. In the front, there's a little form just to put in a password. So if you type in up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, the Konami code, all of a sudden the music from Contra from the first level starts playing. The Contra dude falls down from the top of the screen and lands on the form. And you can control him with your keyboard. You can jump around and control this guy. And all of a sudden, one of those power-ups comes in from the left side, And you got to shoot that thing down. And if you shoot it down, the little Fireball Falcon thing comes down, and you go pick up the power-up, and it fills in the password for you.
That is incredible. That's so awesome. That's so cool.
Like, why is this form taking so long? It's got to be right.
The code's really tricky for this one, boss. I'm working on it, I swear.
It's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA.
Did you get it working?
Yeah, it worked.
That's so cool.
I didn't even tell him.
That's so cool. That's the whole point of an Easter egg, right?
Exactly.
You gotta find it. That's so cool. And that is play, right? And I think that kind of stuff is also underappreciated, especially in big business. I want to go into like the employee mindset as well because, well, I think there's stuff we can explore there. But like, if people are happy and fulfilled and enjoy what they're doing, they will get more stuff done. And we kind of forget that because it's just so easy to measure these KPIs and how many deals did you close and how many tickets did you complete as a software engineer. But at the end of the day, there is kind of this nuance of human beings are beings. They're not just human doings. And so we need to kind of exist and play and create and wonder. And I think that gets lost a little bit. But if we move towards this smaller company space, I was just talking with someone yesterday, and they have it's a 2-year-old startup, and it's an early stage founder, and his whole thing is they all go get it was his birthday, and so they get Levain cookies, and then they hand them out to the entire building, just like going up and laughing and having a good time. And it's like that kind of play and creativity is necessary so that you can also focus on your work. So I love that story.
Yeah, it's something I struggled with a little bit as a manager, over the years, because I'm so self-motivated and I'm so like, passionate about creating that, when I've gotten to create my own teams and hire my own people and set the culture, I think that worked pretty well. When I have to inherit teams, it doesn't always work well. I've been on teams where like I give them, and this is my fault, for not reading the room correctly, but give them space, give them latitude, let them go towards the things that they think are important and do things the way that they want to do them. And sometimes you just get crickets and like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go hang out here and twiddle my thumbs. Like, oh, yeah. not everybody's this motivated. I didn't realize this. So
what do you think about the employee? Both clearly you said, being an employee is not necessarily for you, but it is also for many people, right? Most people are employees and have a boss. So what do you think about how they should show up at work, and what company should they look for, and where should they be exploring AI? Kind of, what are your thoughts on being an employee?
Well, that last one's an outlier question, so I'll save that one for last.
Fair.
But as a manager, I always looked at my employees as individuals and asked, why are they here? What are they doing here? And it's not, the answer is drastically different for people. And I think it's really important to understand what motivated someone to take a job, where they are in their lives, what purpose is this role playing, and make sure that you're able to provide what it is they're looking for, and at the same time find a situation in which them doing that also gives the company something that they need. So it's a bit of a two-sided puzzle.
It's like deal making, like understanding what your incentives are, what my incentives are, and where can we have that intersect.
Right. So some people want to make money as much as they can. Other people want to work with people they like. Some people are looking for a safe place while they have kids and go through a time in their lives. Some people are really passionate about learning a specific skill that they want to grow their careers and skill up in something. And as a manager, if you don't understand what those things are and you just assume that people are just looking for raises, you're gonna really miss the boat. It's why I think HR as a discipline is so lost. Like salary bands, it's such a wasteful idea. because not everybody appreciates that perk of the job the same way as everybody else does. So it forces you to give people limited resources when they don't appreciate it or they don't want it, and then it forces you to take away those resources from places that would be more useful, a better use of those resources.
If you enjoyed that clip, there is much more of that conversation. Make sure to check out the full interview where we get into so much more. And if it was helpful, click the like and subscribe button. If not, no worries. Hopefully, I'll convince you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy wherever you are.